Alright, so let's see if the live is on. I think it might be on. Let's see if it'll switch to the DCS screen. Yes, it did. Okay. Alright, so I had to send a message to my buddy so that he could see that the live is online. So right now I'm on the mission editor just so that we can see the airbase where I'm going to take off from right here, which is Coolhand101e's. And it's a very simple flight. I'm going to head for waypoint 1 here at around 16,000 feet. And I'm going to head towards the intercept point here. You can see those 3 red dots. These are 3 planes. This one is an Su-27 fighter. Those are L-39s. Basically, I just put them there with no mission, so they're not going to try to shoot me. They're just really targets. I just want to practice using the radar, using my navigation, and then hopefully shoot them down, fly back to final, and land back at the airfield. So that's the plan. So I'm going to click on the fly thing here. It's going to load. So we're flying this plane here, the Mirage 2000C, with the same more or less loadout that you see there. There's a fuel tank in the center. These are radar guided missiles, and the wingtip ones are magic infrared guided missiles. And so we should be getting in the cockpit soon. Choose this one from France. We're Pontiac 11. Forgot to put an AWACS, so that means I'm going to be relying on my own radar to find the enemy. Just going to double check. Okay, the stream seems to be on. And let's go back to here. And now it's going to load. So right now we're in the cockpit of the Mirage. You can see all the different controls. First thing I'm going to do is set up all the waypoints. Seems a bit boring to do, but do that. This. Yes, I know I have a little warning error there. And right now waypoint 1 is active. Got my weapons there. I'm going to turn the radar on, or on standby at least. There we go. And so let's start moving this thing. Let's see if the wheel brakes are going to work. If that's disengaged a parking brake, wheel brakes are working. So have to turn the nose wheel steering on. That's done. Yep. So if you're wondering what that plane looks like, it looks like this. This is me right there. So I'm going to remove the labels, make it a bit more challenging. I might have to turn them back on once in the air if I get into a dogfight, because I'm a little bit less familiar with this plane. But for now we're just going to take off because we have an intercept to do. So I'm going to turn right on the runway. Bit of a cloudy day, but fairly clear, so no bad weather to deal with. And we're going full burner, as we'll see with the PC lighting up on the right side of the cockpit, which means post-combustion in French. And now we're accelerating down the runway. Up. Confirm that on the outside view. Gear is up. So now I'm going to head for my first waypoint. Climb to Angel 16, which means 16,000 feet. So I'm heading for that little thing here. That's what indicates where I'm going. There we go. So accelerating past 400 knots, climbing at 15 degrees, nose up. Using a lot of gas right now, but this plane is fairly economical in terms of its use of gas. I'll just use a lot of it to get at my altitude. So I'm going to switch to the air mode. I want to test my radar here. Yes, seems to be working. And on the radar we can see that I'm getting close to the waypoint, which is the one that we see right here, and we can see our distance to waypoint right there. Okay, so I'm at my correct altitude, and since I'm 1 mile from the waypoint, we're going to switch to the next one. So we're going to go click 02, and that's going to give me a new heading for my intercept. So let's go check out what's in the skies in that area. I'm going to increase my range on the radar, see what I can spot. Right now I think my radar's on standby, so I'll go to emit so that it starts looking for things. Let's see what we have. Yes, already have a lot of echoes. As you can see, those V's on the radar. Let's zoom in. So I'll take that first one that's here, and for this one I will use, first I'll put my master arm on, and I will use these types of missiles. And now we can see that in the HUD I have a little box. I'm still not in range. We'll have an idea when I'm in range. I think at the second line here I'm going to be in range, so that tells me I think we're at 23 miles. If I check here, it seems to make sense. Let's bring the range down to 40. Yeah, 40, and they're within 40 there, and so that's pretty much at 20 miles. This plane is flying fairly low. When I see this circle become double, it'll mean that I'm in range and that I can fire. So let's go to, see that? Do you see? There, it's turned double, so we should be able to engage now. Missile away. We're tracking the target. Hopefully we get a splash out of it. I don't know if I missed, so I'm going to shoot a second. I think I got a hit. Yeah, that's the Su-27. So he's been damaged. He's going towards the ground. So I'm going to get back above the clouds. Since I still have a lot of speed, I'm going to increase the radar range a little bit towards waypoint 2, like that. And we're going to see if we spot anyone else. I'm going to switch to the magic. I'm guessing I may have passed the targets. So let's turn around. See what we spot. Right now I'm on the 80-mile range. I'm going to reduce the range. Oh, there's something there. Let's go to automatic mode. I'm trying to remember my buttons here. Give me a second. There we go. Got an automatic lock. There's a target right there. was a bit close for that. What I'll do is I'll try the cannon. Zoom in on the HUD a bit. I need more speed. Guns, guns, guns. I think I might be a bit far to shoot. Good. I got him with guns. Okay, it wasn't a very difficult target, I have to admit, but it's just a practice. And so let's try to find the other one. I know there's a third one. And so I'm gonna switch back to magic. Right now we're scanning a 20-mile radius. I really have no idea where the other one will be now. Still have waypoint 2 in front of us. This might be an echo there. Gonna reduce the range. Supposed to be at 16,000, so I'll climb maybe a little bit. Look at the radar, look at the skies around. This is the part where I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to use my map to see where he is. He's to the east, so I'm going to head for 090. And hopefully I spot him visually or on radar. Let's increase range a little bit. Is that an echo or... Oh, there he is. He was there. Yeah, see that V appear and disappear. Maybe I need to raise my antenna a bit. Yeah, that's what it does. Find him. Ah, there he is. There, let's go check in that direction. Still not too sure where he is. Ah, I've passed him, so he's behind me now to the west. Let's go look at the west. Probably because I'm pulling G's at high speed. This plane's very maneuverable, but you don't want to break those delta wings off. slow down a little bit. Okay, so let's reduce the radar range and increase antenna heights. There, now we're starting to see that V reappear in front. That's what we want. I got the visual on him there. So at that point, I can make sure that I've got the magic selected, that I'm in magic mode. I'm going to go with auto lock. Got an auto lock on him. Going to slave the magic to the radar lock. We're going to get close. When we get a triangle, I'll be able to shoot him down. And if we look in that area, I'm still in the safe zone with gas, so I'm going to accelerate with full afterburner. About 7 miles, 6 miles. Within about 3-4 miles, I should be able to shoot. You see that triangle tells me I'm able to shoot. There we go. When we heard the beep, tells me it had a good lock. And boom. And there he goes. And we see the chutes. So we know he's not going to hurt anyone. And so that means I can get my ass back home. So I'm going to set my course for waypoint 3. And we're going to go follow the coast back home. Look at that plane in those pretty clouds. Oops, kind of overdone it a bit. That's my range now. Let's increase the range. If I set my things, if I set my things properly, you can see the waypoints on the radar scope. So I can see that 3 is right there in front of me. And if I get out of my missile modes, with this I should be able to see the waypoints. Let me figure that one out. I'm going to turn master arm off. I'm still learning these things. There's something that tells me that I'm on magic, but yeah, that's my radar modes. This selects that. So I'm not too sure how to go back to nav mode. Is that it? Is that it? Hitting lots of buttons, but probably not the right ones. So I'll follow my waypoints there on the radar scope. And so we can see the beautiful Georgian coast. Flying above the speed of sound. Those people in town must not like me right now. My radar range, we can see where my cursor's moving here. There's a 3 right there, and that's my 3rd waypoint, and then that'll line me up with the runway, which is at 4 there. One thing I could do is see if I can jettison that tank. I believe the tank is RP. If I do this with this, I can probably drop the tank. Is that the button to do so? Or that? I forget which button. Okay, I have to turn it on, and then that. I don't know. Maybe we won't jettison the tank. Received a notification. Yeah, it's possible to drop the tank. I've done it, but it has to do with the selective jettison there. You have to turn the switch, then do something like that. But as you can see, it hasn't fallen, so I'm not sure which button to hit after. Let's see if I just hit that again or that. I don't know. Trying different things, but they're not working. Ah, maybe I have to have master arm on. Yes. Let's try that. Master arm on. Doesn't look like it's falling, so I'm gonna switch to my waypoint 4. There we go. And now I've gone past it quite a bit, so just gonna try to slow down, go position myself for a nice landing. So here you can see the Coolhand101e's, and the real Coolhand101 is that airfield there in the distance somewhere, that right there. So I'm gonna try to line up with the runway. I was playing with radar modes earlier. Might have messed up a few things. I'm just trying to figure out, this is like the gun. This is master arm. This is selective jettison. Ah, do I have to? No, okay. There's one of those buttons that usually allows you to do that. I thought it was this. I've done it once, but... Okay, let's see about our speed. Good on speed. Airfield is in that direction somewhere. I'm gonna call the tower. Say we're coming in.
Couple 80. Pontiac 1-1. Inbound. Pontiac 1-1. Arriving. Fly heading 062. 117. QSD 29.86. Runway 25. Dependent altitude.
One of the things I had time to do is map my air brakes. Yeehaw! And so the airfield's right there. Air brakes out. Wheels coming down.
Pontiac 1-1. Cleared for visual. Contact tower.
This is one of the places where sometimes I have to alt-tab and do a bunch of things because now I can't get back. Okay, now I can get back in my cockpit. The gear, is it doing anything? Slow down some more. The gear's not coming down. Maybe it can come down when I have the thing here and that. Let's try that. I'm gonna have to go around because I'm having a gear problem. Why won't the gear come down? Can someone tell me? My guess is possibly that I'm still like in a weapon mode. Won't want to do that. Should have turned on my radar altimeter too earlier. Okay, so let's reduce throttle. At 200 knots, the gear should come down, no problem. It's not moving. And if I touch the gear lever like that, okay, I did it manually and that worked. So let's turn around and go land this baby. See the runway over there. Just gonna bring the plane to it. I'm gonna land soon. You can see my friend texting me, telling me he wants me to land soon. So it's gonna happen. I'll have to read up on how to go from the weapons mode to the nav mode. It'll make my life a little bit easier when doing these things. I'm gonna slow down a bit more here. Nose up and a nice touchdown. It's a bit violent, but not too bad. I'm pulling on the stick to use aerodynamic braking a bit. Oh, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? It's not wanting to brake so much. I might hit those light things there. My brakes stopped working. The Mirage is a bit iffy on the brakes sometimes. So let's see if I can power it through the grass. I might be able to do it. That wasn't pretty, but it's my third landing in 2 days, so bear with me. Might have overheated the brakes. They just stopped braking at a certain point. If I put the outside view, let's see, will I be able to do that? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. At least I'm on pavement now. Yeah, I can't use my F2 views for some reason. Usually when I have the radios up, it explains that, but let's try this command and see if now it works. I think my joystick is having a few issues with this, but sometimes issues in DCS too. So for now I can't go to the outside view with F2. I don't know if that's still good. When you see me look down in the cockpit, it's me looking down at my keyboard, but the view moves down if I look at the keyboard. F10 for the map doesn't work either. Okay, so I'm stuck in this. Let's try the Alt tab. Sometimes it helps. Nope. Nothing seems to be working now. That might be why I had difficulty braking. Let's try that. Nope. Let's go back to DCS like this. Oh, okay. No. You see? Okay, now I'm back in the simulation. Input switch language. I don't want a new language. What the fuck? Okay, now I can go in the outside view. So you can see my air brakes were out, but we've just had like a major like malfunction. Oh, and now the air brakes don't even go back in. So yeah, there's definitely an issue, but at least now I can brake. So what I'll do is I'll go park the plane. Back in the cockpit. In order not to blind the ground crews, I'll put the taxi lights to their lower setting. And we'll park it right here. Those beautiful lines there. Woohoo! Now let's ask the ground crew to place the wheel chocks.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
If I don't have them do that before I turn off the engine,
Wheel chocks are now in
the
place.
plane moves by itself. There's no wheel brakes that you can set, so let's see if my air brakes come back in. They don't, so probably when I do the auto stop sequence, they'll come back in. So let's do that. We've completed the mission. Had a few bumps along the way, but stuff that happens. Engines are shutting down. It's a good looking plane. It's a bit old. Technology is not always super great, but it's alright. And there, when we're done, we just open the cockpit window. And in here we can listen to the birds. It's kind of nice and peaceful. So, hope you enjoyed the little broadcast.